here in the garage. Folks. So, folks, we're back here in the garage after that other video I showed you the projects we're going to do today. But we did have a little interesting turn of events in the garage yesterday. I went out there about quarter to 3, and I was going to recharge my small propane cylinders that are going to run the generator if we get called out to a remote. Sometimes the radio station will call us out for a remote to go. We do high school stuff and shop classes, automotive shop classes, and auto shop, things like that. So we might have to take the little Honda generator, small propane can, and run it for a while. So I was going to go out and refill those. That entails turning the big propane cylinder upside down, opening up a bleed screw, and then hooking this thing up to it and squeezing it, and you can fill the can up. It works rather well. That was my plan yesterday, but that didn't materialize. Now, you may ask me, why, Bill? Why didn't that materialize? Well, I'll tell you. I went out to get my gloves in the pickup truck, because whenever you're working with propane, you have to have gloves on, or it'll just freeze your fingers right off if you touch it. So I hear this moaning, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I thought it was the house next door, because that's always been a cause of stuff that's going on over there that I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I have absolutely no idea what's going on over there. So I just chalk it up to somebody had a fight. I don't know what's going on. So I hear it again. And I'm like, where's that coming from? So I'm looking, I hear it again. So I'm like, shit, now. So I look over across the street, and I think I see Bob laying on the floor of his garage. So I'm in bare feet, because I was just going to go out and get the gloves, come back in and charge the thing. So I get in the Prius and 100 miles an hour over to his house. I get in there, he's cracked his skull on the floor, and there's blood everywhere. It looked like a scene out of Reuben Hurricane Carter, with Bello laying on the floor of a pool of his own blood. Reuben's down fighting for his name. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down. I didn't have my phone. So I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, I said, Bob, you're right. Yeah, go down and get the asshole in the garage. So I'm hobbling now, best as I can. And I go, hey, he's got that lower garage down there. So I'm like, hey, somebody down there. So this guy's like there, and he's like, I said, come up here. So he starts walking. I'm like, no, run. So he gets up there. I didn't have my phone, so I'm like, you have a phone? Go in and call 911. This guy's like, the sky's falling, right? He's running around, just doesn't know what to do. Then his daughter comes out. She's tits on a ball, useless. Oh, daddy, you're bleeding. Oh, fucking shit, lady, he's bleeding. So she's on the phone, and they put towels on his head. Then he wants to get up. I'm like, I'm holding his arms down. I'm like, Bob, you can't get up. You have a head injury, man. Oh, I'm going to get up. I'm like, no, you're not. So she's like, I'm fucking moving out. So now we got family drama involved. The lady on the phone is saying X, Y, and Z. I'm like, just get the ambulance here. That was 2:45. The ambulance showed up at 3:30. And the guy, the EMT, gets out of his truck, fat pile of shit. He couldn't walk to the garage any slower. Hello? It's a head injury. I'm not a doctor, but I do play one on TV, so I could have done better than this. But I'm like, you can't, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. So I called Nancy and told her, because she's not going to come over because they had a COVID infection at the place. And so she's like, she's pretty concerned about it. And then my sister calls me up and goes, hey, that Linus with the cloud over his head, is that you now? So I'm like, so stay tuned, because we're having a lot of good issues happen down at the garage lately. So stay tuned. You never know what else can happen. So thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.